The tension between Melody, Shari, and Kimmi Scott on Love and Marriage Huntsville has recently reached a boiling point. What was once a cordial, albeit complex relationship has now devolved into full-blown accusations, leaving fans shocked and divided. Melody, known for her blunt personality and unfiltered approach to life, has now called out Kimmi for what she describes as backstabbing and playing both sides. This drama isn't just shaking the core of their friendship, it's shaking up the entire cast and leaving viewers with a whirlwind of emotions. The root of the conflict seems to stem from Melody's feeling that Kimmi, who had been a neutral figure in the ongoing drama surrounding Melody and the rest of the cast, was secretly undermining her by supporting the Scott family. As fans of the show know, Kimmi has often walked the fine line of neutrality, particularly during the heated disputes between Melody and the Scott family, especially Letitia and Marcel. In the past, Kimmi was the one who remained calm, tried to mediate, and kept her opinions to herself, which seemed like a reasonable approach. However, as Melody has pointed out, this neutrality might have been a smokescreen to protect her ties to the Scotts while pretending to be on Melody's side. Melody recently revealed that Kimmi had been speaking behind her back, leaking private conversations that Melody had assumed were safe between friends. This accusation is serious and suggests a deep betrayal. Melody has always been the type to call things as she sees them, and it seems like she's done just that, exposing Kimmi for what she believes is her true, less-than-loyal behavior. Fans have been questioning if Kimmi's silence is an admission of guilt, or if she's simply trying to figure out how to handle the situation without losing face in front of the cameras. Melody's frustration seems to come from the fact that Kimmi has consistently maintained a neutral stance in their disputes. Kimmi was often viewed as someone who could be counted on to stay out of the drama, which worked well for her when the focus was on Melody's issues with the rest of the cast. However, as the conflicts deepened, particularly with Letitia, Melody began to sense that Kimmi's neutrality might have been a front. She suspected that Kimmi wasn't merely trying to avoid conflict, but was instead silently supporting the Scotts, who have always been tightly knit, especially when dealing with Melody. At the heart of Melody's frustration is her belief that Kimmi was trying to have it both ways. Melody has claimed that Kimmi would speak to her about being neutral, but when it came down to it, she was giving the Scotts information and, possibly, even working against Melody. This idea of Kimmi being two-faced, or acting as a spy for the other side, has been echoed by fans who have noticed how Kimmi's behavior shifted over time. Her comments in private allegedly didn't match the neutral, peaceful demeanor she displayed on camera. It wasn't just the betrayal of trust that hurt Melody, it was the fact that Kimmi seemed to give more space and support to the Scotts during their ongoing drama than she ever gave Melody. Melody, already exhausted from dealing with her own personal struggles, found herself questioning why Kimmi was standing by and letting things unfold without stepping up for her. She had always tried to be there for Kimmi in the past, offering support when things got tough. But now, it seemed that Melody's friendship was one-sided, and that Kimmi had chosen the other side, whether it was intentional or not. As Melody opened up about her grievances, she also revealed that there were receipts backing up her claims. These receipts, according to Melody, include secret recordings and text messages that show Kimmi's true feelings and conversations that contradict her on-screen persona. If Melody truly has this kind of evidence, it could completely change the narrative, not only between her and Kimmi, but also among the fans and other cast members who have always seen Kimmi as one of the more neutral and fair-minded figures in the show. Despite Melody's bold accusations, Kimmi's response has left a lot to be desired. While she has not outright denied the allegations, her silence has only fueled speculation. Many believe that her silence is an admission of guilt, or at least an indication that she is unsure how to navigate the situation. Kimmi has not made a public statement or tried to clear her name in any significant way, which has led to further questions about her involvement in the drama. Instead of coming out strong and defending herself, Kimmi has taken a step back and let the rumors swirl, leading fans to wonder what her next move will be. In the midst of all this, the bigger question remains: why is Melody revealing all of this now? Some fans speculate that Melody has been holding on to this information, waiting for the perfect moment to drop it. It's possible that she felt it was time to finally expose Kimmi, especially if she believed that Kimmi could no longer deny the truth. Others think that Melody may be seeking retribution for the betrayal she feels she suffered at the hands of a friend she once trusted. Either way, it's clear that Melody isn't backing down and that she's ready to confront Kimmi, whether on camera or behind closed doors. What makes this situation even more interesting is the possibility of a public confrontation between the two women. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Fans know that the show has always been about drama, tension, and the intricate relationships between the cast members. If Melody and Kimmi can't resolve their differences, it could make for some extremely tense and uncomfortable scenes in upcoming episodes. Imagine the awkwardness if they have to sit down together on camera and discuss their issues. Given the gravity of the accusations, it's unlikely that either of them will walk away from this situation without addressing it head-on. The fallout from this could reverberate throughout the entire cast, especially since Kimmi is married to Maurice Scott, and their relationship is closely tied to Letitia and Marcel Scott. The Scott family has always been tight-knit, and it's no surprise that Letitia and Marcel would likely support Kimmi if Melody's accusations are true. However, their involvement in this drama could reignite old tensions between them and Melody, who has already had her fair share of issues with the Scott family. If the Scotts continue to back Kimmi, it could further strain her relationship with Melody, possibly pushing her to a breaking point. Some fans have even speculated that Letitia and Marcel are staying out of this mess because they don't want to add fuel to the fire and risk making things worse between them and Melody. As the drama continues to unfold, fans are left wondering how much longer Kimmi can remain silent and whether she will ever address the allegations publicly. Will she deny everything and stick to her story, or will she admit to playing both sides and attempt to repair her relationship with Melody? If Kimmi does eventually respond, how will it affect the dynamic on Love and Marriage Huntsville? The fallout from this conflict will undoubtedly shape the future of the show, and the fans are eagerly waiting to see what happens next. At this point, it's hard to see Melody and Kimmi reconciling, especially if Kimmi doesn't take responsibility for her actions. Melody's trust has been broken, and it will take a lot for her to believe that Kimmi is truly on her side again. Whether or not the two women can rebuild their friendship remains to be seen, but given the way things are going, it seems unlikely that they will ever return to the same level of closeness they once had. Ultimately, this situation is a stark reminder of how complex and fragile friendships can be, especially in the world of reality television. The pressure of being constantly watched, combined with personal dramas and business interests, can sometimes lead to unexpected betrayals and broken relationships. Melody's public revelation of Kimmi's alleged betrayal is a pivotal moment that has shaken the foundation of their friendship and will likely have long-lasting effects on the future of Love and Marriage Huntsville. As the drama continues, fans will no doubt be glued to their screens, eager to see how this conflict plays out and whether it will have a lasting impact on the show. Will Kimmi be able to clear her name, or will this scandal be the beginning of the end of her friendship with Melody? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: Love and Marriage Huntsville has never been more intense. As the drama between Melody and Kimmi intensifies, it's clear that the fallout from this confrontation could ripple through the entire Love and Marriage Huntsville cast. While Kimmi has remained largely silent on the matter, her inaction could potentially make things worse. By not responding to the allegations directly, she's allowing Melody's claims to linger in the public eye, and fans are beginning to form their own opinions about the situation. Silence in this case may be seen as an admission of guilt, which only strengthens the narrative that Kimmi has been playing both sides. Furthermore, the support Kimmi receives from her husband, Maurice Scott, and the rest of the Scott family could complicate things further. If the Scotts continue to back Kimmi, it could push Melody even further away, deepening the divide between the two factions. The tension between the cast members, especially given the intertwining personal and business relationships, is already strained. If Kimmi continues to avoid taking responsibility for her actions, it could escalate into a full-blown public feud, which would undoubtedly affect the dynamics of the show. On the other hand, if Kimmi does decide to speak up and address Melody's accusations, it could go a long way in clearing the air. An honest conversation or a public acknowledgement of what transpired could potentially mend the rift, but only if it's done with sincerity. The possibility of reconciliation, while slim, is still there, though it would require a level of vulnerability and honesty that might be difficult for both parties. Regardless of how this situation unfolds, one thing is certain: the drama between Melody and Kimmi is far from over, and Love and Marriage Huntsville fans are in for even more shocking revelations and emotional moments in the episodes to come. The stakes are higher than ever, and the cast's relationships may never be the same again.